Associazione Sportiva Roma is building a modern coliseum for their new stadium. It will mark the team's 100th anniversary with the most expensive stadium in Italy, one that'll be worthy of hosting battles as fierce as any Roman derby. But fans are so fiercely opposed to the idea they stormed the Rome City Council in protest, turning a peaceful meeting into a full-blown riot. And that's without even diving into the shadowy collapse of the 2021 stadium project, a bitter memory that still fuels their resistance to any new plans. More on that later, so keep watching to find out the truth about Stadio Olimpico Roma's future. Ever since the Olimpico was opened in 1953, it has stood at the heart of Italian sport for over 70 years. Built atop an earlier athletic stadium from 1937, it was expanded in the 1950s to host the 1960 Summer Olympics. Then it wasn't until between 2023 and 2025 that Stadio Olimpico underwent its most thoughtful and much-needed enhancements. With the European Athletics Championships looming ever closer, there were upgrades done to the track, high jump, and long jump facilities, especially around Tribuna Tevere, ensuring compliance with international standards. But what interests us here is the pitch. It was overhauled to use high-tech phyto lamps to simulate sunlight. This upgrade ensures the grass remains in perfect condition year-round, even during Rome's cloudy winters or stadium shade. Lazio and Roma finally had their prayers answered with new and improved glass blends. These help regulate temperature and light inside the stadium, reducing glare for players and improving overall visibility. They also enhance fan comfort by keeping the environment cooler in the summer and warmer in winter. And, since we know what happens around the pitch is almost as important as what happens on it, the stadium's renovations also included LED lighting to enhance energy efficiency and broadcast quality, while video screens, sound systems, and safety measures have been modernized to uplift the fan experience. New accessibility features and refreshed VIP and press zones ensure Stadio Olimpico meets the expectations of both fans and international governing bodies, reinforcing its status as one of Europe's beloved multi-use arenas. But even that is not enough. After nearly 70 years of sharing the iconic Stadio Olimpico with their bitter rivals Lazio, Roma is finally on a mission to build a home that's entirely their own. But why are they so against it? In fact, AS Roma has been dreaming with a new standalone stadium since 2012. Officially unveiled in 2014 under the name Stadio della Roma, the design by Dan Meis was inspired by the grandeur of the Colosseum. Initially set to hold 52,500 fans, with room to stretch to 62,000 for big events, the dream hit a few roadblocks. Over the past 5 years, the plan was overhauled. The location shifted, capacity slightly tweaked, and delays forced the club to adapt to something more budget-friendly, but the ambition never wavered. Now everything is targeting the club's centennial in 2027, and it's set to change the face of Italian football forever. If only it were that easy. You see, in a city as crowded and as visited as Rome, building something as small as a coffee shop is more politics and drama than bricks and mortars. Every time an archaeological artifact is discovered, work must come to a screeching halt, sometimes for months. It's a gamble, and it could cause major delays. Imagine then all the hoops one would have to go to build a whole stadium. There's also the matter of public opinion, which is key if you're constructing anything large in Rome. If you don't believe me, then go ask the city council meeting that turned into a scene of chaos out of a Roman opera, yelling, waving banners and all, when furious fans protested against what they see as the destruction of their neighborhoods. It's not that simple. Ready to find out why? Clocking in at nearly €1 billion, this new stadium will be Italy's most expensive once completed. That's because world-class architecture firm Populous came up with a proposal that's basically a modern take on the ancient Roman Colosseum. One with an expanded capacity to 55,000, scalable to 62,000 for major events. It will feature state-of-the-art LED lighting systems that can put on epic light shows, visible from miles across the Eternal City. Picture the stadium glowing in Roma's deep reds and golden yellows, transforming match night into something closer to a festival than a football game. Those are not the only colors Roma will be turning into, because there's also its commitment to green. The new stadium is designed with sustainability at its core. Solar panels will provide power, smart systems will regulate water and energy use, and vertical fins along the exterior that will accomplish two things: looking amazing and controlling temperature and airflow, drawing inspiration from ancient Roman engineering. Add to that 140,000 square meters of green space. That's the size of 20 football pitches, with tree-lined walkways, gardens, and leisure areas. It's a Roman triumph, reimagined for the future. But let's talk about what fans are really excited for: the Curva Sud. This is Roma's soul, and in the new stadium, it's being taken to a whole new level. Imagine a massive single-tier stand with over 14,000 roaring supporters, creating a wall of sound and color that could rival and possibly even eclipse Dortmund's famous yellow wall. It's the kind of atmosphere that makes opposing teams shake in their boots before kickoff. And that's not even the flashiest part. What's most interesting about this proposal is its realistic inspiration into ancient Roman architecture, to the point that this new stadium will also include Roman-style underground tunnels that'll connect directly to public transport lines. It's a first in modern stadium design and could revolutionize how fans enter and leave major venues. It's slated to open between 2028 to 2030, in time to celebrate Roma's 100th anniversary with a spectacular new home. The stadium's location. As Roma's Vice President Ryan Friedkin and CEO Lina Suluku already met with the mayor of Rome, Roberto Gualtieri, to discuss when to break ground. The most daring question was, of course, where could the new stadium be built? Enter Pietralata. This is a northeastern district of Rome that is set to become the city's next hotspot and a strategic choice. Any major construction project in Rome means digging into ancient ruins and the dreaded heritage laws, but unlike central areas of Rome, Pietralata wasn't heavily built up during ancient times because it was a working-class rural district. This led Mayor Gualtieri to greenlight the design in July 2024. The new stadium wouldn't just host matches. It'll also become a vibrant entertainment district, complete with shops, training facilities, and fan spaces. The issue here is that Pietralata is a calm, no-frills kind of neighborhood. Not exactly on any tourist bucket list, its older residents aren't exactly rolling out the red carpet for their flashy new Roman neighbor. Residents are worried about traffic, noise, and thousands of fans descending on their once quiet neighborhoods. Protests have already disrupted early construction surveys, with signs reading "Save Our Homes" popping up across the district. They're also concerned that it would be built on an area intended for a public park and too close to a large hospital. Even worse, some fans are still bitter about the Tor di Valle controversy. Tor di Valle was yet another urban redevelopment project with the goal of building a new home stadium for AS Roma, titled Stadio Della Roma, and a business park, not unlike what we're seeing now with the Pietralata Stadium. The project took a massive hit when 9 people were arrested in connection to corruption investigations. These included politicians, business people, and Luca Parnassi, the businessman leading the stadium's development. Allegations included bribery, influence peddling, and illicit financing, related around fast-tracking permits for a stadium that was never even built in the first place. Fans were outraged when it was revealed that AS Roma wouldn't actually own the stadium. Instead, it would be controlled by the developer, and the club would only be a long-term tenant, which obviously for a €1 billion mega project was a huge letdown. That's why fans felt betrayed. It was 3,314 days, aka 9 years and a month, for a project that never reached construction. All those flashy designs collapsed under a mountain of corruption scandals and political infighting. After years of build-up, the whole thing was scrapped in 2021, and a lot of money was lost. So, since this new stadium is basically Tor di Valle's spiritual successor, even matching its €1 billion price tag despite being originally pitched at around €500 million, some are wondering if Roma's ambitious dream might become too expensive to finish. Take into account that the new stadium has not broken ground yet, and costs are skyrocketing. Will they be able to literally build Rome in a day, to be on time for the club's centennial? Only time will tell, but AS Roma is highly committed to finding a new home, away from their eternal Lazio rivals. You can have one thing for certain. If Rome has taught us anything, it's this. The greatest monuments are never built without a fight. And wait until you find out an even darker sports management feud, one between Parc des Princes' Qatari overlords and the city of Paris. Yep, let's just say Qatar has pride and cash to steal Paris's crown jewel football team to somewhere much better than where they are right now. Take a look at our next deep dive, because after it, you won't look at stadiums the same way again.